I'm Hannah.
Like and subscribe our channel if you've been watching for a while and you have been gaining value from what we've been doing.
Today we are talking about scams that have happened to us in Paris. There are loads of scams which happen, but not so many have happened to us, thankfully.
Yeah, but I think we're all about de-romanticizing and being realistic about the au pair experience and about Paris in general and France in general. So we wanted to be real for a second and tell some stories about things that have happened to us in Paris.
My experience of a scam in Paris is the men that stand at the bottom of the Sacré-Cœur area and try and put bracelets on you. And they'll try to do anything they can to put this bracelet on your arm so that you then have to give them money. And so I was with a group of friends and we were about 17, I think. It was one of my first times in Paris when this happened. And it happened to one of us, and one of my friends spoke very basic French, but we all thought she was fantastic because in the moment she was just like not shouting but like being really firm, like get off, get off, get off, get off, get off, and just saying all of those things worked so well to get them to leave us alone.
At the Sacré-Cœur, a few things had happened to me, although it's one of my favorite places in Paris. It's like the best place to watch the sunset from. There's also the people that ask for your signature and pretend to be deaf and blind, and they ask for your signature and then ask you for money. I've heard a couple different theories as to what they do. They either get your signature and you give them like a small donation, and then a bunch of them will run up to you to thank you for donating to this charity, which is a fake charity. And in running up to you and hugging you, they grab at you and grab like your wallet out of your bag, or after having given that donation, there's someone from afar watching to see where you put your wallet after that, so they know later to pickpocket you because they know where your wallet is.
Right, I didn't know that. Yeah. I always see people signing those and it's always a huge mistake, and I'm always like, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize why it happened.
And they're often at major touristy sites, so like the
yeah.
Sacré-Cœur, the Louvre, and like the Eiffel Tower, etc.
Yeah. Also, don't be alarmed if it's children or adults or old people. Like there's a whole huge mix of people that do it. So if someone comes up to you with a clipboard, avoid them at all costs. You're an au pair, so even if it's someone with a clipboard and a legit looking thing,
you can't afford to give them money. Who are you kidding?
An experience which a friend of mine had recently was people in the metro standing very close to you and watching you from afar. So when you're in the metro, make sure that you're alert, make sure you stand by people who seem friendly enough to help you if something bad happens.
Hold your bag.
Hold your bag.
I honestly would counter that and say you don't know who to trust. I mean, people seem friendly, but
I was thinking maybe like a group of tourists, or you know, stay close to people who seem to be in a group and having a good time or whatever, so that you're not standing next to the people who are like on their own, maybe wandering in and around and looking at you. And
I'd say, especially in the metro, be careful if you have a backpack on. I've actually watched tourists get things taken out of their backpack.
Right.
And one time I was, especially a crowded metro and busy metro stops, I was at like a very busy metro stop, standing on the platform, and I saw this couple. They had a stroller in the front and a backpack on their back, the man did, and a baby on his stomach. At the last minute, this group of young girls like pushed on and then made this big scene, and one of them fell just to make a huge distracting scene, and then in the process 2 other girls kind of surrounded this guy, and then in all of that chaos they took his wallet. Just make sure that if you have a backpack and you're at a major touristy metro stop, you're being extra careful and being aware of the people that are around you.
But saying that, don't be so afraid that you don't take your iPhone places, or you just take your like crappy little au pair phone. Like you can still feel safe in the city. It's just about being aware.
We had an au pair friend who went into the metro holding her iPhone like this, and then she went through the stall, and on the other side she completely was just staring at her hand and had no idea where her phone went, when it went missing. Like she completely couldn't even recall what had happened. And obviously someone just grabbed it out of her hand, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But Yeah, they're quick, they're sly, these people.
I mean, closest I've come to that happening to me was I was on an escalator going up towards a metro stop, and my bag was on my shoulder, I think, and I just kind of felt someone slightly brush against me, and their hand, as I turned around to look, was like going into my bag, and then they like obviously pulled their hand away and were like being all like nonchalant, like they weren't doing anything. But I was so glad I'd like actually looked around in that second, because I think I had my passport in there, so that was definitely on me. Like I should have had it closer to me. You know, obviously this is the same with all big cities, so don't get too discouraged, but you do need to at least be aware, like have things. I used to carry things around in my bra all the time.
I still do. We just went out tonight and I carried my license and my credit card in my bra and my keys in my pocket, like deep in a pocket, and that's all that I carried with me. I try to carry as little as possible now, because the little you have with you, the little you have to worry about, and the more fun you can have.
Yeah, definitely on nights out. Where did your dad used to carry his things then?
My dad carries things in his shoe.
So there you go.
Yeah, don't carry things in your back pocket. People go for those fast and easily.
Although I have become pretty lax. In areas that I know quite well in Paris, I would put things into my back pocket. So that is to say, be careful in touristy areas and be aware everywhere, but don't freak out too much, because I know, being an au pair, coming to the city for the first time, I definitely freaked out too much before I arrived.
I would counter that again. The one time I really did have my wallet almost snatched from me was like right in front of my apartment in Paris.
Oh really?
Because I had let my guard down and I was like, I know this area, I'm safe, I'm fine. And then this guy on a bike rode past me on the sidewalk, and he was like this young guy, and then I was holding my wallet in my hand on the side of me, and my wallet had my keys, it had everything in it. And then he just put his hand out while he was riding past me and swiped my body all the way down my arm to my wallet and tried to grab it while he was passing, and I luckily had a hard enough, strong enough grip on it that he didn't take it.
Oh god.
But
it's horrible.
And I think like the last freaky story I have is a friend of mine was watching a movie in a theater in like Châtelet, in one of the major theaters in Paris, and she had her purse on the ground, and when all the lights were out, and when she finished the movie she went to look into her bag and her wallet was taken, and her friend's wallet was taken as well, and a bunch of other people in the theater's wallets were taken because someone went into the seat behind them and went underneath and grabbed whatever was in their purse and left their purse behind.
Yeah, so always have everything on you, as close to your body as possible, and not on display. Another scam though, when you see tourists who are watching these people do card tricks or whatever on the side of the road.
I've had another one I thought of too.
The theory for that though is that while someone's distracting them doing cards or like cups or whatever, other people will go around and pickpocket them. So you can actually, now that I know this, you can spot the person who's like pretending to be an engaged bystander and is actually trying to like take your wallet.
And
so
these scams happen, like, they're repetitive scams that happen in the major cities of Europe. It's not just a Paris thing, as we said before. And then if you're on the Champs-Elysees or in a park, there are people often walking around at the Sacré-Cœur as well, going, beer, wine, champagne, and they're selling wine that they bought at, you know, Monoprix down the block for €2, and they're selling it to tourists for like 15 or 20 euros.
Okay, I've bought that before though, because that's helpful when all the shops are shut on a Sunday night.
Yes. If you're with a group of friends and you're trying to split a bottle of wine and you have nothing, poor preparation on your part, first of all.
Yeah. Spontaneous though, you know.
But also, I have bought things from them before, but speak to them in French and say like, je connais le prix, excusez-moi, like I know the price, don't hassle me, and then I've gotten it down from 20 euros to 5.
Exactly,
so,
yeah. We'll be together then, because I'm thinking of the exact same price.
Maybe.
Yeah. One I've thought
There's so many. We did not intend for this to be such a long video, but there are so many.
The one that I noticed recently was while I was in Brussels for a period of time, and we were walking down the street, and on the side of the street there was someone asking for money, and just in front of him, it was nighttime, just in front of him he'd put a plastic see-through cup with change in it, but because of the cobblestones and the darkness of the street, you wouldn't see the cup, so many tourists would kick the see-through cup over, feel super guilty about it, and then end up giving them like way more money than they would have done before, and they'd help them pick up the cup. And I was also looking around to see whether there was anyone pickpocketing, which I don't think there was, But that,
Wait,
when
that
that
is
happened,
smart.
have I not told you that one?
No.
One of my friends
Why?
kicked the cup over, and I was like, I didn't bend down to help.
That is the smartest thing I've ever heard.
I know, see? I didn't bend down to help because I was like, this is for sure a scam. And then the whole of the rest of the time, my boyfriend and I would go around the city like watching and waiting for it to happen again, because we'd be like,
wow, bravo,
yeah.
scammer.
That's my favorite
Well, scammer
one.
are just like really
desperate, but smart.
homeless
Yeah.
person.
I know, true.
The people that aren't scamming are the people that are on the metros giving their little speech, asking for restaurant tickets and things like that. If you want to give them money, do it. Give musicians money, group performers money, street performers, etc. But we hope that telling you these scams and our personal experiences with them will help you not have these same experiences.
Please tell us any of your experiences and stories in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. I think those are all we can think of for now, but we'll maybe write some more in the description box. And subscribe to our channel.
And go to our website for more fun. That's all for now. Ciao.